and how to find main ideas and how to support it with evidence. So we'll be doing that. The second unit, we're going to be exploring essays. We're going to learn all about essays. And we're going to be reading about different essays in different parts. And I'm not doing this one. I was going to do Story of the World, but I'm not. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet. Then you're going to write an essay. So first we're going to learn about essays, and then we're going to skip 3. We're going to go to 4. We're going to write an essay. And you can always look here at some of what the other students did. And then the last unit is wonders reading. I think I might substitute the history with myths and legends. I think it'll be more fun to do. So let's make sure everybody's in the classroom, though. Bowen, are you there?
It's not showing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I know. So Bowen, this is the class code here. So you have to go to Google Classroom and get your parents to sign in. I'm not sure how to do it from your end. Do you know how to do it?
yes, my
I'll put
mother's
it,
right
oh,
now.
okay. I'm putting in the chat right now, just in case you don't have the class code, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So only 6 kids? All right, so let's take a look. First thing, I set up here, if you go to the classwork, how to answer a question. And I think it's really important when you're in grade 5, and you answer properly. Let's take a look at just a pretend question, okay? How do you know that Goldilocks was disrespectful? Let's just go to the old story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. And the way I want you to answer questions is like this, okay? If you see the green, Goldilocks was disrespectful because she walked in the bear's house without asking for permission. I know this because the text states, quote, pretty soon she came in the house, she knocked, and when no one answered, she walked in. And you can see on the bottom part here, I haven't been on Zoom in a long time, I forgot. Oh yeah, annotate. You notice on the bottom part here, it's really important that there's quotation marks and commas, and it's something I want you to pay attention to. We're not going to do a lot of this now, but we will focus on it a little bit later. And you can always take a look. The green means you grab the words from the question. How do you know Goldilocks was disrespectful? The green says Goldilocks was disrespectful. The blue is from your brain. Remember, B is blue, B is brain. That answers the question. It's basically from your thoughts on why she was disrespectful. Pink, remember P is proof, and you give the evidence. And for the part, I know this because you can say according to the text or as stated by the author. We'll come back to this, but this is something that you should be aware of because it's how I like questions to be answered. Okay, so let's move on to today's first lesson. I'm going to sign it. Okay, so when it opens up for you, you should see this. All I'd like you to do is to read the first slide, forests, on your own, and just let me know in the chat when you're done. Thanks, Ruby. Thanks, Bowen. Thanks, Shishi. Anybody still reading? All right. Okay, so when we read this, you think to yourself, okay, I get it. I get what it was saying. And if I say to you, okay, well, let's find the main idea. Well, even for me, that would be really hard to figure out the whole main idea from the whole thing because there's so many different paragraphs and there's so many different uh, um, topics that were discussed. So take a look at the second slide, okay? If we take a look here, let me just get my annotation tool. If we could take a look here, section 1 was types of forests, okay? And if we go back to the text, we can see here we had types of forests, section 1. And everything mentioned here is, we have different size, filled with different types of trees, and where different parts of the world, okay? Which is pretty straightforward. Well, how does that fit in with the main idea? Well, if we take a look, we can see that they're basically the idea in that paragraph was that there's a few different types of forests that grow different types of trees. Easy. And then all these are the supporting details that were grabbed from the text. Okay. If we take a look at the second paragraph, we take a look and we can see life in the forests. Right. Section 2, different types of animals and plants, mammals and birds live there. Where else? The food chain, all that kind of thing. So the idea is all about the different types of animals and plants. Pretty straightforward, right? And if we look here, we can see the main idea is that there's a different life of different living things in the forest, and they depend on each other. And same thing for section 3. We can read it, and the resources were in 3. And overall, the sample, and then it provides resources for us. And that forests for us, the last one, they're important to plants in all the world. Okay, so here's the hard part I'm going to give you. You now know pretty much that the first section was all about different types of trees. The second section was that they all depend on each other. The third section was the forests provide resources. And the last section was that forests are important for us. Okay, so I'm going to ask you now, let's see how you do. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to share this in the chat. Actually, no, first send it to me in the chat. First send it to me in the chat. I would like you to write a short sentence, one sentence, the main idea of the whole passage, the whole thing. But I want you, and this is how you do a main idea. You grab all the little main ideas and you see if you can kind of put them together into one sentence. Ruby, are you able to type on the computer? Okay, good. So send that to me privately in the chat. And take as long as you need. You're going to write one main idea and you're going to incorporate a little bit from each one, if you can. Okay, let's see how you do. While you're doing that, I'm just going to check. Bowen, did you get in? Bowen, you didn't get in yet. I'm not sure how you're going to be able to do the work. Are you having trouble getting in? Bowen, you're muted. Is anybody not clear on what to do? Okay, good. Wait a minute. Before we go, I forgot 2 things. I'm sorry. I forgot 2 things. First thing, who had their first day of school this week? Oh, a few of you? Oh, everybody give me a thumbs up if you're off to a good year so far. You like your teacher, you like your class. Thanks, Bowen. Good. Can you also show me with your finger what grade you're actually in now? Because not everybody's going to be in grade 5. Show me with your fingers. Oh, Gigi 5, Lena's 5, Evan's 5, Lenny 4, Ruby 3 or 4? I can't see. 4. Okay. Okay, so send me that main idea. So Ruby, that was a good try. I want you to focus, Ruby. Hold on, Shishi. Shishi, I think that was the main idea in the second paragraph. Ruby, yours was pretty much the idea on on the uh on the title, on the overall one. Yours is very similar. I'd really like you to make sure that you incorporate ideas from all the main ideas. For example, I'll give you a little hint. Some of the important part of the first paragraph was different types of forests and different trees. And the second main idea, I think that depending on each other was important. And in the third one, I think resources was important. If you notice on the bottom part here, they said the overall title, forests for all of us, right? they're saying the main idea for the whole thing was they're important to plants and animals outside the world. I don't think that really covered it. I didn't see the word resources. I didn't see different types, and I didn't see dependence. So I'm looking for those key words in the main idea. You can use, you can start your answer even using that it's important, but I would like you to probably include why. Lenny, Lenny, you need to use the ideas in the other ones. Um, Shishi, hold on. Different types of trees now. You missed resources, but you're close. Evan, I don't, I like how you're thinking, and I like that the second part. I don't know about the interesting part as being part of the main idea. Shishi, you didn't mention the word forests. That's really important, Shishi. Forests.
What about the word abundant?
Um, okay, so that was a really good question. If you look at this one here, okay, is the abundance of living things the important thing, or was it that they depend on each other was important? I think that's really important to decide which one was really important.
Um, what are a few words I could use to represent the first main idea?
Okay, so I would say here, I'm going to give you a hint because this is the first time doing this. I like this idea that forests are important. One second, Shishi, that they're important. I like that. But I think in the main idea, you need to say why they're important. At least give the main idea. So uh, I think they're important because of that dependence. I think they're important because of resources. I think that those are really the important parts here, right? Because if you notice, the title is Forests for Us, or just forests. So I, I think I think if you look, sorry, I'm going to go back one more time. If you look here, um, if you look at the different sections, you'll see how they kind of mingle together. Okay, let me see a couple. Evan, Shishi. Yeah, Shishi, I like that. I would start off. So what's the point about it? Forests are scary places, and then what you said? Like I think you just need to add that little bit of they're important because they do those things, right? And make it shorter. Bowen, forest, forest. And you didn't tell me the main idea. You're close. You're close. Lenny, close. I'm gonna put mine in. Yeah, I like that in the same sentence, Bowen. Let me just put it. I'm gonna type mine in, and then we'll compare it.
Okay.
1 second. That's not bad, Alina. Evan? Yeah, okay, you're getting close there.
Is there anything I need to fix?
Yeah, I'm gonna send mine. We'll compare. Give me 1 sec. Okay, here's mine. Okay, I wrote forests are important. Well, hold on. Why did I start saying forests are important? Hold on. I started saying forests are important because, well, they are because they do all these things. It's kind of important. And I kind of used the beginning here, they're important. But then I said specifically why. Well, if you look at this section here, they provide living things with life, right? The animals and plants depend on each other for life. So they provide living things with life. And the second part, they provide resources for the world. Okay? So I kind of took the idea from the main idea. The whole thing is they're important. They provide resources and they allow things to live. Notice I use the words. Look at the words I use too. Some of you are really close. I use the words provide living things to live, which is basically survival. And then I use resources. Okay, let's move on because I'm looking at the time. Any questions about that? All right. Disappearance of the plastic straw. We're going to read this together. There's 2 slides. I'm going to start us off. Have you ever noticed fewer restaurants and stores are offering plastic straws? There may be paper replacement straws, adapted lids, or there may be no straw at all. Why is this becoming a common trend? I like that introduction. Anybody tell me what that introduction did a good job at? Evan.
It's it's like asking the reader a it's like asking the reader a question to
Yeah,
corporate to incorporate him deeper into the story and have more background information on the passage.
excellent. Thank you, Evan. Okay, so can everybody read in their head just the section, the history of the straw, and it ends right here, thing of the past. And while you're reading, I want you to think very much like we had in this slide here, what just the main idea would be just in that section. Okay, and we'll talk about it after. So read that and just give me a thumbs up when you're done. So it's just this section here, history of the straw, and it goes to thing of the past. Thanks, Evan. Thanks, Shishi. Is anybody still reading? Good. Alina, could you please read for us this first section, the first paragraph in the history of straw?
Yeah, history of the straw. People have been using straws for thousands of years. The first straws were hollowed sticks or wooden tubes used in ancient civilizations. Historians and archaeologists have found evidence of straws made of metal, stone, rubber, and other materials throughout history. But the most commonly used straws were made of plant material that had a natural tube shape. These straws weren't very sturdy and didn't hold up to liquid well.
Thank you. Can somebody, okay, so now I want you to all pretend I don't speak English, I don't understand English, and I'm saying to you, listen, what is that paragraph really trying to tell me? I don't get it. Could you tell me, someone tell us out loud in their own words what that paragraph, just like one sentence, what is that paragraph trying to tell me? You have to pretend I can't read English, I don't understand. Evan, give it a shot.
It's telling you about the different types of straws used before used before new straws were invented.
Yes,
And
it
it
is.
also gives you an idea on how successful these were,
So you're correct.
which is not very.
It is telling me about that, but I still don't know what it's telling me. You, it's like me saying, what,
It's tell
yeah,
how it's
yeah,
telling you about like early
I
straws.
don't know. I still don't know what it's telling me. You're right, but you're not telling me what it's
It's like
actually
telling
telling me.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
So like really ancient straws were wooden, and sometimes historians and archaeologists have found metal, stone, and rubber straws.
Okay, that's
And
better. Can you tell me more in your own words?
many materials were many materials were used to many materials were used to make straws, but most of them, the plant ones, were not very good at holding
Perfect.
the water.
Perfect. Stop. Thanks, Evan. I like what Evan said. Basically, this paragraph is telling us that throughout history, different materials were used for straws, and the ones that were plant materials, especially, were not sturdy enough. Perfect. Thank you. Bowen, did you want to add to that?
Wait, what did you say?
Sorry?
What did you say?
Yeah, so Evan had it. So that purple section was basically telling us that throughout history, people have used different types of materials for straws, and especially the plant ones were not really sturdy. They didn't do a good
Okay.
job. Great. Ruby, could you read the pink section for us?
In the 1930s, another inventor, Joseph
1888.
Friedman,
1888.
in, in 1888, Marvin Stone Ryegrass straw disintegrated as he was trying to enjoy a cool drink, and he decided it was time to fix the problem. Stone glued strips of paper around a pencil, and voila, the paper straw was formed. Martin improved the design by adding a coating of wax on the outside of the paper. This kept the liquid from fouling the glue. He submitted a patent and by 1890 was mass producing the straw at his factory.
Thank you. Shishi, could you read the orange section for us?
Sure.
Thanks.
In the 1930s, another inventor, Joseph Friedman, adapted the paper straw when he noticed his daughter was having trouble drinking a milkshake. After inserting a metal screw into the paper tube, he wrapped floss around the grooves to make indentions. He removed the screw, and the straw had the capability to bend without breaking.
Thank you. And hey, Wallace, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Bowen, could you read for us the green section?
Okay. When plastic was introduced as an inexpensive alternative to other materials, the straw changed again. In the 1960s, plastic straws became increasingly popular. Fast food restaurants liked how cheap and durable they were, especially when put through cross-cut in the lid for drinks and milkshakes. Paper straws became a thing of the past.
Thank you. Okay, so we've got that purple section. We read in history, ancient history, lots of materials, no good. Then in 1888, we read that where was it? Paper straw. Then in the 30s, paper straw was better with a metal screw. And now we have the plastic straw was introduced in the 1960s. Okay, so this is going to be hard, but I think you can do it. Can you write for me the main idea of the section, History of the Straw? I'm going to even start you off. I'm going to start you off right there. You can start your main idea with throughout history. I want you to own your own words. Don't mention Marvin Stone. Don't mention 1930. Don't mention 1960. Try not to even mention metal screw and glue. I want you to send me the idea as if I don't speak English, I don't read English, and I'm asking you to just explain to me, what is this really all about? See if you can do it in one sentence. Send it to me privately. So we're finding the main idea of the section. I like that, Bowen. Just a tad more detail to that, just a little bit. But yeah, that's good, Bowen. That's a great start, actually. But you realize that like that's a very broad term. Like it could be for the worse, it could be a certain way. So just try to tell me how a little bit, like in your own words. That's good. Ruby, um, again, you're very similar to Bowen's. Try to give me a little bit more detail. But I like that start. That's good. That's definitely what the paragraph is, the section's about. Yes. That was a good word. And the R comes before the U. Evan? Oh, I like that, Evan. Very good. Very good. Hold that. Maybe we'll share that after. Shishi? Uh, um, I really like it. I don't know about the last part though, because it really isn't talking about now. It ended off in the 60s. So keep the rest of it, but just change that little bottom part. Wallace? No, I don't think it says anything about that last part. I like the first part about the change, but I would use a little more information from the text. Bowen? Um, Multiple font. Maybe I like the idea. I don't know about the wording model before it. Maybe you want to use the word improvement. Uh, the word maybe previous. Try that. I like your thought though. I like that. Yes, Evan. Evan, I liked your answer, why don't you just read the next section on your own? Because I'm going to be doing the same thing for the next section, okay?
I was gonna ask you if I could go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Lenny, evolved. You meant evolved. You wrote evoluted? Evolved. Yes, right. I like that too. That's good. Yeah, Lenny, very good, Lenny. Change evoluted to evolved and get get your spelling right on material. That's good. That's good. Very good. I like that one. Anybody else sending me their answer? Okay.
I edited mine.
Let's see. Can you send it to me again?
I
Thanks, Lenny.
sent another one.
Who? Who sent me the other one? Last one I see here is Lenny's. Wallace? Again, just a little more detail. You don't need more and more, just more. But yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, I'm looking at the time, so let's move on. Evan, could you share yours with the class? I like that one. Shishi, did you fix yours?
Okay, so
Yeah, I
so
edited
my
old
answer was throughout.
No, in the chat. Share it in the chat.
I did.
Okay,
My
Okay,
old one I just edited
okay, let me
again.
read Alina's. Hold on.
so my main idea was
No.
throughout
Evan,
history.
Evan, can you copy and paste it and send it to everyone in the chat? Ruby, you're close. Shishi said you fixed yours?
Yeah, I clicked the edited button since I'm on a
Oh,
tablet.
main materials. Kind of, yeah. Hold on, let's see, Evan. And Bowen? Oh, Lenny. Oh, hold on. Yeah, take a look at Evans. Throughout history, many straws were made, but the most recent made straws, paper and plastic, were the most successful. I like that. I like it for two reasons. One, I like how you touched on the throughout history, there are different ones were made. That was the first paragraph. And then Evan mentioned to recent ones, straw, paper, and plastic, which was all mentioned in all the paragraphs. That was really good. And I like that they were more successful. I like that. That was really good. Bowen, could you share yours? Alina, you had a similar idea. You said throughout history, straws evolved from not being sturdy to sturdier paper and all that. That was good. Yeah, there were some good ones. I really liked that one though. Bowen, I liked yours. What was yours? Throughout history, the straw change become better than previously made. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. But that was good, Evan. Okay, let's move on. So now I want you to read from the first page. If you look on the bottom, why does it matter? And it goes down to the second page, right here. Marine life is threatened. So I want you to read that, and then I want you to send me the main idea privately to me in the chat. So this is independent. So you're going to read that short section. It's really short. I'll show it again. Starts on the bottom here under the pictures. Why does it matter? There's only 3 lines. And it only goes down to marine life is threatened. Read that in your head and then send me in the chat the main idea. And that will be really short because it's a short section.
What did you say?
Said 3 times. Okay, listen. I want you to read the section, why does it matter? So it's 3 lines here. And then it goes down to the second page. Hold on. Why can't I get to it? And then it goes down to the next page, down to here. Read that in your head. And then send me in the chat the main idea. It's going to be very short. Yeah, Evan, after you read it, Evan, after you read it, send me the main idea in the chat privately. Remember, for the main idea, you don't want to give me tons of details. I don't need the numbers, just the idea. Remember, if I can't read English or speak English and you're explaining to me, this is what it's trying to say. Evan, you share it with everybody. Make sure you only share it with me, please. No. Try again. Yeah, I don't think that popularity is really important. There's other important things there. Make sure you share it with me. Yeah. Try again.
Me?
Yeah, yeah. Make sure you share with me privately, a direct message, and yeah, you need to try again. You missed some important parts. Shishi? Um, yeah, very good. I didn't think the first part was that important, but it's okay. Yeah, that's good. Alina? Yeah, why? Just maybe just an important part you mentioned why. Yeah, that would be good. Shishi, you can read the solutions while you're waiting. It's also very short. Wallace? Yeah, so what's the problem with that, Wallace? I think you're on the right track. So why is this a problem? Is this a good thing? Yeah, so just add on to that and you're good. See what you can do. Like there's a part that's really important you need to add. Lena? Well, too many commas. You get rid of that first comma. And after water, and since it's not biodegradable, what will happen? Right? That makes sense, Lena? So get rid of that first comma. And then after water, and since it's not biodegradable, what will it do? Again, Elena, if it says it won't disappear, I don't know, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Go back to your sheet. Ruby, how you doing there? Bowen, you okay? Evan, you shared it with everybody again. You need to send direct message. Do you know how to do that? You're not wrong about that. You have your tenses kind of all over the place. You say we're not good, and then what they did, but they will continue. I try to keep it the same tense. Lenny? No, you didn't finish. Alina? I don't know tremendously bad. Bad for me? Bad for my dog? Yeah, be more specific. Evan. Yeah, you have to, again, the tenses. Um, you're not wrong. Not good for the environment. Yeah, I think you can word it a little bit better, but you had the right idea. Ruby. Yeah, Ruby, that's good, except the last part. And will continue marine life doesn't make sense. But Wallace, yeah, good, Wallace. That's good. Ruby, I'm checking your next one. Uh, yeah, same thing. Alina, oh, too wordy, too much. Plus size in the ocean, how many marine life in the water? I would get rid of the no, the biodegradable will disappear. You have all the right ideas, Alina. See if you can put in one shorter sentence. That's part of the trick of doing a main idea, but you did a nice job. Lenny, I got to put all together because I read them separately. Yeah, that's good, Ruby. That's good. So let's start off with Wallace and Shishi. Could you share yours with the class to start off? I like those. And Ruby, yours too. I don't really think about the popular part being so important. Ruby, did you share it with everybody by any chance? Yeah. I think you shared it last time with everybody. Make sure it's direct message, okay? Alina? Good. Bowen? Very good. Bowen, share with everybody. I like that too. Yeah, I think most of you got it. Definitely the most important part was really that the straws end up in the ocean. They're not biodegradable, and they're polluting with toxins, and marine life is threatened. I think as long as you had those, you were good. Yeah, very good. Good, everybody. Okay, much better.
Does that mean I was good?
Yeah, good. Where are we? Wallace, could you read the next section, solutions? It goes here, and then it goes to the top of the page for a little bit. Read it for us.
Solutions. Leaders in environmental science are working on several solutions to reverse plastic pollution. One of these includes an enzyme that can break down plastic, making it disintegrate like biodegradable materials. Another solution would be replacing plastic straws with more eco-friendly versions. Replacement straws are made from paper, bamboo, silicone, stainless steel, and even pasta. Many restaurants and companies are making this switch.
Okay, I'm going to give you a little hint for this one, everybody. For this one, we definitely have the solution is the leaders are working on several solutions. So that's really important, right? To reverse the pollution. And the one of the solutions was this part. And then another solution was this part. As far as the restaurants, I don't think that's part of the solution. So let's see what you can do by combining the blue, the pink, and the orange into one really good sentence. Remember, send it to me direct message. What's the main idea in this section? Solutions. Bowen, you sent it like 5 times. I got it. Yeah, you're right, Bowen. I was being generous. Remember, when you're doing a main idea, just kind of pretend that the teacher doesn't speak English, doesn't understand. You're trying to get right to the point. All right, Wallace? I don't know which leaders. World leaders? Not sure about that. Otherwise, it looks really good, Wallace. Really good. Just be more specific with that, but that's really good. Evan? I don't know who the people are. What harm? And what is it? So a little more specific, right? Remember, I don't know who you're talking about. What people, what harm, and what is it? Ruby, are you sending me direct message or are you sending it to everyone? Looks like you're sending it to everyone.
I don't see anything.
Oh, you don't see Ruby's?
No.
Okay. Um, yeah, you know what, Ruby, that's good, Ruby. Yeah, that's one way of doing it. That's very good. Wallace, that's good too. That's good. Ruby and Wallace did very different, but they're both really good, and we'll share them after. Ruby and Wallace, you must have had a really good Apple Smart teacher in the past who taught you how to answer questions. He must have been really smart and handsome. I don't know.
You.
Sure. Alina, leaders. Um, very good. Very good. Shishi. What leaders? You too, Alina. What leaders, though? Realize the pollution, Shishi. I don't know if you explained that. Realize. I don't think they're trying to realize the pollution. The rest looks really good, though, Shishi. Just fix that first part out. Lenny, what people, Lenny? I think there's specific people. And what kind of solutions? A little more detail, Lenny. Alina? Leaders. You're very good. Evan? Trying other types. I don't know what that means by other types. The rest of it looks good, Evan. I don't know about other types. No, not world leaders, Shishi. World leaders are like governments, presidents, and prime ministers. Take a look at the first sentence there. What kind of leaders, Shishi? Does that make sense, Shishi? Evan, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ruby, could you just share yours with everybody for a second while we're waiting? Ruby, are you there? Ruby, can you share yours with everybody? And
Leaders are
Wallace, can you share yours with everybody? Yeah, Shishi, that's better. There you go. Yes. Shishi, can you share yours too? There's Wallace's. Some idea leaders in environmental science are thinking about enzyme that can break it down and replacing with eco-friendly versions. Very good. Ruby, I like Ruby. Look at Ruby's. Really interesting. Leaders in environmental science are working to replace straws with more eco-friendly straws. Yeah, that's basically what it said. Shouldn't have the same detail that Wallace had. I like Wallace's a little better, but some teachers like the way that Ruby did it too. Shishi. Environmental leaders recognize pollution and try to pollution, probably should have said pollution from plastic straws. And are trying different methods like enzyme and eco-friendly materials. Yeah, yeah, very good. Uh, um, Elena, could you share yours too? Oh, I'm just looking at the time. We got to move on. Leader, no, you did it to me direct. Bowen, did you send me yours? This is Alina's. Leaders in environmental science work in many ways to reduce plastic straws around the ocean by making disintegratable straws or replacing them with others. Yeah, good. Yeah, I think most of you got the hang of that. That's good. Let's move on quickly. Leaders of the change. Who'd like to read that section for us? Actually, yeah, Wallace, go ahead. Thanks.
Cities like Seattle, Los Angeles, and Washington, D.C. are some of the first implement citywide plastic straw bans. Businesses within the city have made the switch to eco-friendly straws or lids, and many people carry their own reusable straws with them. Australia is already moving to a total elimination of single-use plastic straws in the entire country. Starbucks has been working to eliminate their single-use plastic straws by creating a sip lid that will take their place. Thanks to hard work and persistence of 16-year-old Chevy O'Neill, Alaska Airlines was the first airline to get rid of their plastic straws and their stir sticks. They have replaced them with marine-friendly birch and bamboo versions.
Thank you. So that's pretty straightforward. In this paragraph is that cities, as you see here in the orange, and businesses are making changes to make straws more environmentally friendly. That's pretty easy, right? We have the cities that are banning straws. We have the businesses with eco-friendly straws, right? So that was pretty straightforward. And then making the switch. While many cities and companies are taking action, so can you. You can reduce plastic waste by investing in reusable straw, declining single-use straws in restaurants, and educating your family. Okay. We only have 5 minutes. Any questions about what we did today? All right. So if you take a look at the next 2 slides. So this is a PDF slide. You can't do anything on the slide. There's questions. Those questions will be answered on slide 6. When the question on this slide says underline, I don't want you to underline. I want you to actually use evidence from the text, which I taught you in here, how to answer a question using evidence, right? I know this because the text tells me this. So let's take a look at the questions. So number 1, why did plastic straws become popular? That's easy. All you have to do is A, B, C, D, right? Multiple choice. 2, says explain your answer in here, and it says underline the details. So basically you have to answer it kind of like the way I'm showing you. Oh, sorry. Here. Okay. You have to give your answer. And again, green, start the answer. Blue, give me the actual answer. And pink, prove it. Prove it from the text. So maybe you say plastic straws became popular because they're easier to make. So then your answer for 2 would be plastic straws became popular because they're easy to make. I know this because the text states, and find the evidence from the text, just like here. Okay. 3 is easy. Identify main ideas. What was the main idea? So you get to choose which section. Good, Bowen. Thank you. So you get to choose. Maybe you like the history section. Maybe you want to answer that one for the main idea for here. Notice there's 2 sections. So you get to choose which section and the main idea. We just did it together today. So you choose one section and then another section. What's the main idea? So you get to choose, and then you do that here on number 3. You can do A and B. Right? 4, why have plastic straws, should be plural, become a problem? It says underline details, but you're not going to. You're going to just answer it like this. So the question is, why have plastic straws become a problem? Maybe you're going to write, plastic straws have become a problem because blah, blah, blah. I know this because the text states, and you're going to go find it in the text and prove it. Everybody clear about what I'm saying about not underlining and adding these in? Okay. 5 is the big question of the day. If you get it right, Ruby's going to give you $10 each. No? Okay. What is the main idea of the whole text? Support your idea and explain. Okay, so you'll kind of have to answer it like this. Explain it. And if you're not sure, notice we did that earlier today with forests. Remember we did it? Actually, I'm going to grab the one from the chat that I did. Where's that? I'm going to grab that. I'm going to put that in the work. So it's going to be like the one we did in the chat. Somebody did a good job, actually. Where's mine? Oh, there's mine. Right. So here's my main idea in the chat. So homework will be slide 5 and 6 for disappearance. Okay, so homework slides 5 and 6 for disappearance. Why do they call it disappearance? Anybody know? Wallace?
Because it's how like the plastic straws are disappearing.
Mm-hmm. The last question, try to make your overall main idea like the one I did for forests. And here it is. Here's my main idea for forests. Okay, and try to answer which questions are we going to answer with? Yeah, so basically 2 and 4 have to be answered in the answering questions color code. Try to answer questions number 2 and number 4 the way I showed you with the color coding. You can use the colors or not. Okay, any questions on that? Any questions? No comments? Compliments for the teacher? No compliments? No, really? No comments, no questions, no compliments?
I loved my first class.
Thank you. It was an amazing first class. You guys are awesome. And I'm looking forward to teaching you 24 more classes.